Aren't we? Yeah, I feel like I heard we're not supposed to eat a Chick-fil-A because of that. You can't eat
You
anywhere.
heard. We try to boycott.
Look, I was somewhere the other day and I was like, oh, let's go to this restaurant. They're like, we can't. That's a Mario Batali restaurant. I was like, fucking, can everyone stop raping people so I can eat my favorite pasta?
How about Monique telling everybody to boycott Netflix?
That was crazy,
That's
huh?
hilarious.
I mean, that's a fucking insane.
I'm only getting $500,000 for an hour.
Dude, but it's like, for most people, that's like an insane fucking amount. I mean, that's an insane amount of money.
Well, what's insane is her comparing herself to Chris Rock,
Not
and Dave
relatable,
Chappelle,
like.
and Amy Schumer. You know, like, look, she's not as famous.
Right.
There's a scale, and by the way,
this pay disparity stuff is tricky because you get paid based on the value that you bring.
you know who else was going on that? Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin was saying something about she did 23 stand-up shows
Dates
with 23 standing ovations.
I'm just
and
gonna
she would do a special. She would be willing to do a special, but she wants to make sure she gets equal pay for women, and she was making it a part of that. Like,
Here's
come
my thing:
on.
say no and go somewhere else. You know, there's so many outlets now. There's Epics. There's fucking Hulu. There's so many places. Just say no.
But here's the thing: they pay you what they think it's worth.
Yeah,
based on how popular you are, based on how popular your stand-up is, and based on what they think they can get out of it.
The tickets that you can sell.
Yeah, I mean, that's why Dave Chappelle gets the most. That's why Amy Schumer got a lot.
Yeah.
She was selling out fucking gigantic arenas.
She was selling out arenas.
Yeah, Monique's not doing that. So for her to compare herself to those two people is fucking crazy.
I agree.
And she's basing it on her tickets, like their box office for movies that she was in. Like, whoa.
And it's also, you're not just getting paid that amount. You're getting paid when the special airs. The tickets are going to sell because that special is streaming.
Well,
you know,
people
like future.
are so crazy when they start going, boycott. We need to boycott.
Like anyone's
Netflix.
gonna fuck up. Netflix could. The head of Netflix could openly lynch someone and not one person would stop watching Netflix.
Well, don't you think, though, they
so
were in
addicted
trouble,
to
though?
it.
They were in trouble, though, with the Kevin Spacey thing. They had to do something about that.
And they did.
And they did.
And they did.
They
I
had
mean, they
to.
lost a lot of money on it.
Yeah, they lost $39 million.
Yeah.
Between that
Wow, I
and
didn't
the
know it was
Gore
that much.
Vidal. Yeah, there was an
Oh, right,
article
the
about
Gore
it
Vidal, the
yesterday.
Kevin Spacey thing.
They
You know where they
whole
shot
thing
that
was
movie?
done. Yeah.
Ravel, yeah.
Yeah, Ravel.
I saw them when we were there.
Yeah, well, that was where Gore Vidal used to go to bang dudes.
But I
That's
feel
the
like that's
spot.
right. But I feel like that it had to get this bad for people to be like, oh, you know what? We're not going to hire these people because it has to be like a bottom line issue. To be like, I'm not going to hire a rapist because it's too expensive.
Have you ever seen the Gore Vidal William F. Buckley documentary?
No.
Where it details
Was that his lover?
No, the opposite. They hated each other.
Oh.
William F. Buckley was
a lot
a
of lovers
conservative.
hate each other.
He was a British conservative guy who was very popular during the day.
Yeah.
And this is from the 1960s on television, and they were debating back and forth, Gore Vidal and William F. Buckley.
Yeah.
Liberal versus conservative.
Yeah.
But like on national television, it was like these really contentious, highly charged debates, and it kind of sunk William F. Buckley's career because at one time, Gore Vidal called him a Nazi, called him a neo-Nazi or something along those lines. And then William F. Buckley said something, called him a fucking queer, and I'll punch your face, I'll sock you in your nose, and you'll stay plastered. Like, lost his cool on television, called him a queer on television. And it was like this whoa moment. And in William F. Buckley's career,
that. I love when people lose their shit.
Well, you get to see who he really is.
Yeah.
You pressured
when
him.
somebody snaps. Like,
Yeah.
and I love thinking about what in 30 years or when you look back and be like, yo, I can't believe we used to just fucking say that. You know, like retard. We used to just say retard.
I still say it.
Of course you do.
But only the retards. But not
Only if
not
someone's
people
being
with
retarded.
a disease, just a human who does. But the word is not. The word is retarded means like to slow the growth of something.
Yes, to
like if
retard
somebody
the
has
business, yeah.
retarded ideas.
Yeah.
You know, like or like.
Yeah.
Like okay, like denying someone birth control. That is retarded.
It's retarded.
It's like socially retarded.
Right, because it's retarding.
Right?
It's slowing progress.
Yes, I don't think that's a bad word.
Yeah.
What I think is a bad thing is to mock someone who has a disability.
Correct.
But I don't think that you're always talking about that when you're saying that word.
Yeah.
I think we have a real problem with language policing.
Agreed.
And I think we have a real problem with denying the use of sounds. This is what a word's supposed to be. It's like you make a noise, so I understand what you're saying. I understand, like, there has to be context. Like, I understand, it's supposed to be a sound that you make so I can understand what you're trying to convey.
Right.
And
But if you say that's retarded and I go, you mean, that's missing a chromosome? Like, it's like.
Well, that would be me saying that's Down syndrome, though.
Right. Oh, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
think it's figuring out what the etiology is of the word. I did not know. This happened recently. Someone said in a writer's room, she's uppity. I did not know that was a slave term. we all learned very quickly that that was a term.
That's what it means?
Yes, the etiology of it was to describe a slave that was acting out. And we learned uppity.
I always thought uppity was someone who is like a highfalutin, like some rich person.
I thought it was just someone who was recalcitrant and would not participate or who was resisting. But it actually has origins in, and same with like paddy wagon. Is like offensive to Irish people because it used to describe drunk Irish people. Like,
but Irish people don't care. Trust me, I'm 1/4 Irish. We don't give a fuck.
Of course. It's like non-Irish people are the ones that are offended.
Isn't it funny that like 1/4 Irish, I can't really say I'm Irish, but if I was 1/4 black,
You would be.
I'd have a fucking afro. I would be a part of the community.
And then what's the other one? There was another one, under your thumb. If you have someone under your thumb.
It's a Rolling Stone song.
But it used to be, that was the thickness of a switch that you could hit your wife with. It couldn't be thicker than your thumb.
What?
Yeah. Like there's is it etiology or etymology?
Etymology.
Etymology of those words, which I just didn't know.
Do you know the term faggot, where that came from?
Cigarettes?
No. A bundle of sticks.
Oh, that's right.
Right. And do you know
why did it turn into a gay slur?
This will piss me off on Louis C.K.'s show. They used this urban myth that what it meant was that a bundle of sticks was a faggot, and so a gay man was a faggot because they were a bundle of sticks and you would burn them in a fire. That's not true at all.
Did he know that wasn't true?
I don't know. Yeah. It's convenient to ignore. All you got to do is research it. It's not hard. What a bundle of sticks was referred to was a burdensome woman. They would call a burdensome woman a faggot because she was like a bundle of sticks, very difficult to carry around. It would be
tricky.
Awkward. So a man who acted like a woman was a faggot.
Whoa.
That's what the term meant. That's where it came from. That's
no idea.
That's the absolute origins of that term. So when people say,
had no idea.
There was a gay guy on Louis C.K.'s show that was saying that, and it was him and Nick DiPaolo and Louis were all playing cards together, and someone said some faggot, and you realize why that's so offensive is because, they used to burn people. There's no fucking history of gay people being burned like witches.
Yeah.
By the way, even the Salem witch trials,
they
didn't burn witches. They drowned them.